Hi everybody, it's Mark Rushton of markrushton.com. It's Saturday, July 11th, 2020. We're going to have plums this year. These aren't the only ones, there's a few others. I planted a couple of plum trees 2 or 3 years ago, and boy, they've just taken off. And the interesting thing was that we have the original landscaping blueprints for this house, and in there were a designation that there should be plum trees here. Of course, there weren't any plum trees here, so it's like, oh, let's go repair the web of time. So I went out and bought a couple of plum trees, and they're doing all right. This one's a little leaning over a bit, but you know. But again, this house is like 35 years old, so who knows? They might have run their course in time. The plum trees don't really usually last that long, but we'll see, right? I think I'll be here for another 35 years, but whatever. So there's that. A big rainstorm a couple days ago. They've been getting dry. Everything is getting a little brownish. So get that green back. Up here, again, I got a little weeding to do. This is that front section here where I split off all those hostas a few years ago. Unfortunately, the deer have been nibbling on them. So when I'm in the process of taking these out of here and transplanting them to another area where I can't really see them, and if the deer eat them, who cares? But they will provide a nice ground cover in there. And so, yeah, I'll keep the yews, which are those little shrubs back there. They look the same year round. Amazing. And then this little ground cover here that we have around the fairy garden. This will, all you have to do is like dig up little chunks of it, and you can transplant it, and it goes absolutely bonkers. It's great. All you have to do is just trim it up, and it will cover the entire planet. So I'm slowly taking these hostas out, and well, let's go up to that area where I'm transplanting everything. Getting a little cloudy here. It's humid. Here comes somebody down the road in an ancient car. Yeah. Look at that. An old Pontiac Tempest, is that right? That's a sweet convertible. All right, anyway. So after we moved in here, we had these sort of pine trees in here, and they were all the way down to the ground, and I cut all the way up there. And I've had this open area in here with, wasn't sure what to do with it. I did put some daylilies in here. Of course, they've been eaten by the deer. And so I thought, well, I do like the foliage, you know, that does look nice. I've got some privet in there. And so I wasn't sure what to do with the space. I'd gotten some wood chip from Mid-American Energy, and kind of just idled it for a while. And now I know what I'm going to do. Obviously I'm going to put transplant the hostas up in here, and then also some of this ground cover for a nice, you know, have a nice continuity, you know. So that's the plan anyway. As far as the rest of the yard is concerned, looking good. A little bit, I think I said in the last video, getting a little clover heavy here. I'm going to have to look into some natural ways to take care of that. But yeah, this was an area where nothing grew, and I transplanted just a few sprigs of this stuff in here last year, and it's just done wonderful. And I didn't have the name right. This is the ajuga. This usually blooms early in the spring sometimes, and then late in the summer or early in the fall. It's a good ground cover too. We have some in a couple other places further down the hill. And the iris are shot. They're done. And then we've got this little ground ivy here. And I dug out some of the oregano because it was getting a little too encroaching. And of course the coneflowers. This is their season to shine right now. And poor Rose is always going to be eaten. You know, you're really out here in deer country here. You should probably put the roses right in the middle of everything, so they can't. It's not easy for them to get to them. Look at that fella. Isn't that nice? That's a good one. And then I think black-eyed Susan's here, and some other things. I don't know what's coming up through the ground. And the sage is holding on here, still blooming. So anyway, looking good. The I gotta flame the driveway in a few spots. You're starting to get this you know, summery, that stuff spreads. You just hit that with the old propane torch and bye bye. What else we got going on in here? Real quick, I think I went through this a couple weeks ago. We got our rhubarbs down here, and I think this is the snowball bush. It's just nuts. And our daylilies down here, they're not doing what I thought they were going to do. I thought we were going to have a good year, and I think the deer were sleeping in there. And anyway, it's just weird. Daylilies are weird. All right, I think that's it. All right, so that's the garden update for July 11th, 2020, Saturday.